Howdy, folks. Brian Kusko here at Redline Report, and today we're going to be sitting down with John from Pangea. And one of my favorite things about this is that you hear of these big companies. Like Pangea is a pretty big company in the reptile world. Like they've got lots of good products out there. They're in lots of stores around the country, and yet all these big companies, I think, hopefully have somebody like John who's super just passionate about reptiles, has been doing it most of his life, and is just in it for the love of the hobby, and has that much of an effect on a big business. We're going to hear about how somebody like John has an effect on a very large company like that. And I just think it's really cool. You watch him Redline Report. Dude, so how long have you been in the industry professionally?
I think 17 years now.
17 years? How old are you?
I'm 32, 33 almost. Yeah.
So from before you were even an adult.
Yeah, I started working for Matt when I was 15.
So you've been with Pangea that whole time?
Pretty much. So, after college, Matt is a big proponent of education. He's like, you should go check out this guy for your master's degree at Villanova, Dr. Aaron Bauer, who studies New Caledonian geckos. He's like the New Caledonian gecko guru, basically, for geckos at least. And then I applied and I got in. And so I still did shows with Pangea, like Tinley, because that's such a massive show. But we've always stayed in touch and been good friends. And then about 3 years ago, I came back to Pangea, and I've been the general manager there the whole time. So since then.
Okay. How long was that hiatus from?
About 7 years. So like 2 years for my master's, and then 5 years for my PhD. And then I'm almost done my PhD. So hopefully soon. Yeah.
Wow. What do you have plans with that? That's kind of big.
Yeah, I want to do. Hard to talk about, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your role? Is your manager? But like, what does that mean? Like, what do you?
Let's say I'm a jack of all trades, master of some. Really, I don't know. I just do everything right now. We just hired new ops manager, and she basically runs the whole warehouse for us, and she's incredible. And so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm switching a lot of my day-to-day towards sales and expanding the business. So I guess that's my role now, is expanding the business, sales, product development, making sure people are happy, making sure, checking in with customers. Right now, it's been going on with, it's going to happen with food, right? There's going to be people complaining about it.
About business expansion for Pangea?
No, so like our diets, people complain like, I fed at Pangea and now my gecko's dead. Well, our gecko diet has fed thousands upon thousands of geckos. They're animals, and it's likely it's not just the food it could cause. I don't know, if you're doing something weird with it, like if you're heating the food and then cooling it, heating it, cooling it, it's going to make it go bad. And then you feed that to the gecko, sure, that could definitely kill your gecko if you feed it bad food. But in general, it's not going to do anything to your gecko. But I've been working on this big platform with my marketing team to kind of like really tell everyone like, hey, this is what's in our diet. This is why we have it in our diet. These are any changes that we have. We're working on relabeling all the packages to make it more like user-friendly, better instructions for feeding. So that's a big project we're working on right now that I'm a part of. And what I'm really excited about this year is our marketing team is working on a lot of packaging. And so if you think of sales, there's kind of like two factors that you're going into, factions you're going into. You're doing like to customer, or you're doing to like distribution, right? To pet stores, etc. So our retail game is very strong. To our wholesalers, it has not been the best. It has not been updated a lot. So we're working on making sure we have awesome packaging for our customers. We're communicating with them better, having a easy, accessible platform to purchase products from us. And new products. The number one thing requested, and also like the best sellers for us at shows, is bioactive stuff. Now, why can't we have that available for our wholesale customers too? Because I mean, if we're doing well with it, they will do well with it, and we want everyone to thrive as a business. So we're working on making sure that we can have the proper packaging, in case there's any laws about transporting wood products across states and stuff like that. We're making sure it's okay. So exciting stuff for this year.
Yeah,
but sales related.
Yeah, a lot of logistical stuff for sure.
Yeah.
You have to have a good brain for that stuff. That's
or a really good team.
Yeah, good team. Well, I think probably both. You gotta have good leadership, good brains, and yes, a good team. That's definitely a crucial part. You're right about that. I was just thinking about when you're saying it's a gecko diet. I went into my room the other day, actually just before I left to come here, and checking on the couple geckos that I have, and gonna give them some food right before I left, and one of them was like, I thought it was dead. I just assumed, I looked at it, I was like, it's dead. It was the crested gecko. It was just like in a water dish, and just kind of like looked like it was like it had gone into the water and just gave up on life and was dead. And I was like, oh, suck. I don't want to leave on a trip like this. And I went to go like, all right, here we go. Like pick it up and just jumped out and like ran to the back of the enclosure. Just like,
just taking a bath.
It's like, I've never seen it do that ever in my life. It was just literally like, it looked like it was chilling in a. Looked like it was dead, is what I thought. But apparently, it was just having a nice little.
It was in a water bowl.
In the water bowl, yeah.
Yeah. So it probably needed some moisture, So we make sure to spray our geckos like every other day, and it's key to like. They need the moisture. They need humidity. They need to drink water, but they also need to dry out too. So having them constantly wet is not great. So
gotcha.
It's probably just like, I want some water right now.
Yeah, you know what it was? We finally had some warm days in the area, and I left the room to my door open because it was like it was good temperature, but it probably dried out a bit. My room stays pretty humid usually, so that's probably what it was.
If it dried out, then it probably wanted a little water or something.
Yeah, that must have been it. I was just glad that when it jumped up and ran away. Like, okay, sweet.
It's good, yeah.
Awesome. So the other thing I want to talk to you about was you were one of the first folks to jump on Palm Street out of the reptile world. I'm just curious, like how that process has been and where it's gone. And
it's been going really well. I have a lot of fun. I just recently had to change it to like John at Pangea, because I don't want so I'm just there talking. I'm like giving my opinions and stuff. It's me. It's raw John saying stuff. So I don't want that to ever like come back at the company if people just don't like me sometimes, and that's it's gonna happen. But it's been amazing working with Palm Street, because if you have questions, concerns, you need something changed. So I asked them to make it so I can have separate accounts for my employees, so they can ship out orders and all that kind of stuff. And they're working on doing all that. So it's really nice. And they're pretty awesome with just their own marketing. I know you've been there, so they have you met their whole team, right?
Yeah.
They reached out to me and they want to do it's called the unicorn special or something like that. Basically they sponsor a big giveaway. So we're doing a $1,500 giveaway gecko on our next live. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. I just talked to them about that yesterday, doing a thing for Earth Day, because their 5th anniversary is coming up. Yeah. And so there could be Palm Street birthday, whatever. Yeah, they're doing that with a lot of folks. I think it's just giving. Your followers will get X amount of dollars to spend on Palm Street with you guys are doing a big gecko. They're definitely investing a lot and taking time, and their team is super cool. It's such a good, like you mentioned, so easy to.
I text some of them sometimes hey, I had this problem. They just answer and take care of it, or say I'm right on it.
Yeah, and they seem very open. They really want to get as much feedback as possible and do it the right way as much as possible, and get people. The one thing that I liked about it is I've definitely seen things where people just go on there and do animals for cheap, but you can do that anywhere. You could go to a show, you could do it. You could do it on Craigslist. There's no limit to the places you could do that. But Palm Street actually is one of the places that there is limits. You have to get vetted as a seller. You can't just go on there and sell animals. You have to go through their process, and they have to interview you and stuff. And yeah. So anyway,
they can take it away if they need to also. So.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask you a little bit about, because I know you're one of the first people that was from the reptile world that.
Yeah, I talked to AJ Davidson and Gabby. and I asked them about it, and they're like, "Oh man, you got to do it." So just good feedback from trustworthy people, and it was like, "Well, I guess I'll try." And I watch, so I like collectibles. I watch Whatnot, um, and then I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. It seems like fun." So
And you also
yeah,
play a pretty decent game of pickleball.
yeah, it's all right. Not as good as you, man, but I'll play with you again sometime.
All right, well, we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah, we'll see if I think you're pretty good.
Mm.
But
Thank you.
cool, man. Anything? So, yeah, I got a little bit of your history there. Your work there. Anything you want to share with folks, like before we wrap up, that you
Um,
haven't already? I feel like here's the
let's
thing.
see.
I feel like just after talking to you for a few minutes, like I feel like there's so much that you have to offer.
Yeah, we could talk forever. I do talk a lot on Palm Street about interesting things that are going on with Pangea. Um, I guess two things that I could highlight. One is our new silicone magnetic dish that we just released. It's replacing our mini mag, and it's been really good feedback so far. I'm so happy about that. Um, it's just nice to have something that's a little more eco-friendly. It's easier to wash. So that's pretty sweet. But our new cages that we're coming out with, so we made this set of PVC cages, and I think they were all right, but people really liked them. But we also got a lot of feedback on them, so we took all that feedback and we put it into this version 2 cage. So those are being manufactured now, and I'm really excited for them. So they're going to be flat packed. They're going to have a glass door. There's like full ventilation through them. We redesigned the screen top. It's going to be a lot easier to put together. So yeah, that's some exciting stuff too.
Cool, man. When is that looking to?
Probably a couple months, like 2
Okay.
months. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. That's
Yeah.
probably about the time this video come out, so maybe it'll be like
okay.
right at that moment.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think it actually will. I mean, if I won't look at it right this moment, but like if I think about the schedule and like what the release, it should actually be about 2 months right when this comes out.
Okay.
So it'll
Yeah,
probably
maybe we could tag on some specials with it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd
I'll
be
keep
cool.
you posted.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. Cool, John.
Cool.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you taking one away from your table and
Yeah, of
come
course.
do this. Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Great
well
seeing
done.
ya.
Yeah, you too, dude. Fantastic job, bro. Thank you, John, for coming on. Thank you, of course, to Redline Shipping for making Redline Report possible. Link in the description to use the service as always. And man, I don't know, as I'm saying this to you now, I don't know exactly what went in the video because John has some really interesting projects coming up that he's working on that we may or may not have removed from this video because it's kind of that top secret. So you're just gonna have to, well, I don't even know if it went in the video or not. So you're just gonna have to like follow along and see what's going on with John. Go check him out. He's doing lives on the Palm Street app all the time. Maybe you can ask him, what was it that you guys talked about that you cut out of the video? Can you talk about it now? I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I'm excited based on what he told me. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week right back here on the Redline Report for another awesome interview. Until then, y'all take care.